Hello everyone. My name is Barron Trump. Today, I stand before you not just to tell my story, but to share the journey of my father, Donald Trump, and how his faith in God shaped his life and inspired me. Growing up in a famous family, I had the privilege of seeing my father's perseverance firsthand. Many people see his strength, his determination, and his ability to overcome obstacles. But what they don't always see is the deep faith that drives him. He didn't just teach me about hard work. He showed me the power of believing in something bigger than yourself. As a child, I often watched my father wake up early in the morning and take a few moments of quiet time before starting his busy day. When I asked him what he was thinking about, he would smile and say, "I'm thanking God for another day." At the time, I didn't fully understand. But as I grew older, I realized that gratitude and faith were his foundation, which is why he faced life's biggest challenges with courage. My father faced moments when the world seemed to be against him. But instead of giving up, he maintained a belief that God has a purpose for each of us. He would always say, "You don't have to understand everything right away. Just trust that God is guiding you." Those words became my guide. When he decided to run for president, it was not an easy choice. He knew the road ahead would be filled with criticism and hardships. But he was not afraid. He believed that when God puts a dream in your heart, He also gives you the strength to fulfill it. That unwavering faith kept him going. One night, after a long day of campaigning, I asked him, "Dad, aren't you tired?" He looked at me and said, "Of course, but I don't let fatigue stop me from doing the right thing. It's not just for me, it's for our country, for the people who believe in me, and most of all, because I know this is a mission given to me by God." Those words have stayed with me forever. I've learned that true strength isn't about never feeling afraid, it's about taking the next step even when you're scared, because you trust that God is with you. My father taught me that success isn't about achieving everything without a struggle, it's about never giving up, even when things seem impossible. He never let setbacks define him. Instead, he saw each failure as a lesson, an opportunity to grow and improve. Faith isn't always easy. It takes patience, courage, and humility. But it was faith that helped my father persevere through the storms, and that same faith guides me today. He showed me that no matter how much you achieve, the most important thing is to keep your heart pure and be grateful for every blessing. I stand here today to remind you, no matter who you are, where you come from, or what challenges you face, God has a plan for you. Never underestimate the power of faith and perseverance. My father is proof of that, and if he can rise above his struggles, you can too. Remember, it's not fame or power that defines who you are, it's your values, your beliefs, and your behavior with others. Never let fear stop you from fulfilling your dreams. Let faith be the light that guides you. Finally, I want to share a phrase my father often says to me: believe in yourself, but never forget that true strength comes from knowing there is a loving God who is always guiding us. Thank you for listening. I hope my father's story and the lessons I learned will inspire you to believe in yourself and the goodness of life.
In the darkest night, no stars above us. Faith held tight like a gentle dove does. In the brink of despair, he found his guide. God's touch pulled him from the tidal tide. Storms were rough, winds cold and biting. In the shadows, faith's light was ignited. He walked a path of unknown fear, but faith whispered soft, always near. Saved by faith in a world so wide, God reached out like a calm, sweet child. Trust life on the edge of the sea. Faith was the key that set him free. Those moments when hope seemed gone, faith stood strong like the early dawn. Through trials and waves that crash and roll, God's embrace touched his very soul. Life's a journey with twists and turns, but within the soul a fire burns. Trust held on to the saving hand. By faith he rose and made his stand. Saved by faith in a world so wild, God reached out like a calm, sweet child. Trust life on the edge of the sea. Faith was the key that set him free. It set him free. All right. In the darkest night, no stars above us. Faith held tight like a gentle dove does. In the brink of despair, he found his guide. God's touch pulled him from the tidal tide. Storms were rough, winds cold and biting. In the shadows, faith's light was ignited. He walked a path of unknown fear, but faith whispered soft, always near. Saved by faith in a world so wide, God reached out like a calm, sweet child. Trust life on the edge of the sea. Faith was the key that set him free. Those moments when hope seemed gone, faith stood strong like the early dawn. Through trials and waves that crash and roll, God's embrace touched his very soul. Life's a journey with twists and turns, but within the soul a fire burns. Trust held on to the saving hand. By faith he rose and made his stand. Saved by faith in a world so wild, God reached out like a calm, sweet child. Trust life on the edge of the sea. set him free.